What's going on, Dub Nation? You're watching Warriors Today by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Tyler Smith, and we have some new injury updates on Steph, Porzingis, and more heading into the home stretch of this Warriors season. Plus, is a major move coming this offseason. We heard a new report from an ESPN NBA insider that could suggest the Warriors are in for a big fish. Before we dive into all this on today's show, make sure you are subscribed to the channel because we upload Warriors content all the time, all season long. Whatever you need to know, you're going to hear about it right here at Warriors Today. 103,000 people have already hit that sub button. If you're a Dubs fan, you want free content on your feed every day, hit that sub button right now. All right, so Steph remains out with runner's knee. He didn't play in all of February, has yet to play in March, and the most recent update that we got was that he would be reevaluated in 10 days, and that was on March 1st. Honestly, when that new official report comes out from the Golden State Warriors PR, that official injury update, I don't know if I anticipate Steph coming back. In my opinion, it just makes the most sense at this point in the season, given Steph's injury, given where the Warriors are, given Steph's age. It just makes the most, given Jimmy Butler's injury, it makes the most sense to just shut Steph down the rest of the way. I know, I get it. That would be tanking in a way, but like, come on, guys. Does anybody really believe that Golden State has a chance to even win a playoff series at this current moment? I mean, why would you go out there and risk 38-year-old Steph's knees, maybe the rest of the last couple good years of his career, on going hard to get out of the play-in? Like, that just doesn't really make all the most sense in the world to me, because that's where they're going to be. They're in the West play-in race right now. I didn't even bother putting any seeds above 7 or below 11, because this is where they're going to operate. The Suns are currently 13 games back of OKC for the top seed. The Clippers are 18 games back. Now the Warriors, after losing to the Utah Jazz on Monday, on Monday, are now 18 games back. And I don't anticipate the Warriors finishing with a better record this season than the Clippers if they're tied up right now. I don't even know if I anticipate the Blazers having a worse record than the Golden State Warriors when it's all said and done. I get it. They beat the Rockets over the weekend. It's an awesome win. Pods played great. But then you nullify it with a loss to the Utah Jazz, a team that is trying to lose actively on Monday. This is where they're going to operate. They're not going to be a top 6 seed. They're probably not going to fall out of the play-in race either, whether or not Steph returns during the regular season. They're 8.5 games up on the Grizzlies, who are also a team that's actively trying to lose. So they're going to be in the play-in. And are you really going to force Steph back for that? Because when you think about what the Warriors could do after the postseason is wrapped up for them, if they were to lose in the play-in, they would enter into the draft lottery. And I don't know if you guys have heard, but this is one of the better drafts in recent memory. If you want to take a look at our most recent Chat Sports mock draft, I'm not going to sit here and act like the Warriors would be in pole position or prime position to be picking in the top 4. But I'll tell you what, if they didn't advance past the play-in, they'd have a chance to go up there and get Darren Peterson or A.J. DeBansa or Cam Boozer or Kingston Flemings or Caleb Wilson, who does have an injury right now, but he could easily go top 4 in this draft. But what if they don't? What if they end up just sitting at, pick 13 or 14, whatever it ends up being after they're eliminated from the play-in? They could still get some really good names. And don't think just because these names go in the top 10 in our mock draft doesn't mean that they can't fall to pick 13 or 14. You got Michael Brown Jr., who's an awesome, exciting, fiery guard. Yaxel Lendeberg, who's a little bit older. I'm curious to see if he actually goes top 10, but he can defend anybody. He's ready to play tomorrow. Keaton Wagler, he put up 46 in a college game in the Big Ten, and he's been really, really good scoring the basketball. Otherwise, LeBaron Philon, awesome athletic and athletic guard out of Alabama. He can shoot the lights out too. And then Darius Acuff, who I think my guy Roley is a little bit low on here. I got Darius Acuff as a top 5 talent in this draft. You also got names like Jaden Kantitz, who was, he was thought to be a guy who could have went top 5 at the beginning of this season. He's dealt with injuries, but he's one of the better big men in this draft. Chris Sinek Jr. out of Houston, he's an excellent defender, long, lengthy, fits the Golden State Warriors mold. Nate Ament is a player who a lot of people thought was going to be a top 5 pick, and he's really come along as the college basketball season has progressed. Braylon Mullins, you want a sharpshooter, 3-and-D specialist out of UConn? That's a guy Golden State could have fall in their lap in the NBA draft. And then Tonde Yesufu, you want athletic, big wing over at Baylor? Those guys usually work out in the league. He would be a guy who's getting selected around the end of the lottery. So the Warriors have a good chance to get a really damn good player in this draft. But I also understand that it's not in Steph's blood to sit out or to tank when he's healthy. I know what happened back in 2020 when he was out for most of the season, and they held him out probably longer than they really could have. He probably could have played at some point during that year. But it's not in Steph's blood to tank. It's not in Steph's blood to sit out. So I know I just went over like some of the top prospects in this draft, but it's a great chance that Steph is going to end up wanting to suit back up, and they're not going to have a chance at any of those guys. That's what frustrates me. I think they should tank for as good of a draft pick as they can possibly get. It's not worth the stress on Steph, and your ceiling has been cut off. Like the ceiling's gone now. Like you can't win 2 playoff series with this current group. They're gonna get gassed. Like that's the thing about the Warriors a lot. It's like they use a lot of energy to get these wins, even in the regular season. When the postseason comes around, things get harder, defense gets tighter. They just don't have a ceiling to win big time with the current landscape of the Western Conference. So go out there, tank for as good of a draft pick as you possibly could get, and who knows? Maybe Adam Silver rewards you because Joe Lacob sure as hell won't for Steph. Now let's talk about Kristaps Porzingis and his ailments that he's got going on because there are so many. He did play over the weekend against the Denver Nuggets, against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the Warriors lost that game too. But at the same time, like it's one of those things where you just chalk it up to they played the Thunder. They're probably going to lose that game, especially when Wardell's not playing. But Porzingis wasn't very good in that game. I'll tell you what, man. 23 minutes played, 9 points, 5 boards, 5 assists, whatever. But like the efficiencies are poor. He's not shooting well from 3. And how could you expect him to after being like chronically ill over the last few weeks? Like it just makes no sense. He missed the Jazz game. He's set to play tonight at the time of recording on Tuesday against the Chicago Bulls. But man, this is exhausting. I'll tell you what. Yeah, if Kristaps can play, that's great. But when you miss 10 games in a row beforehand, you're not going to go out there and just like be an all-star level player right away. And it's not like he's playing big-time minutes either. So I don't know. This deal just continues to get ugly for Golden State, and this whole situation of, will they trade Kuminga? Won't they trade Kuminga? They finally did trade Kuminga, and somehow, some way, they screwed that up too. So it's unfortunate, but Kristaps Porzingis, at least he believes that he's healthy. Here's what he had to say on the situation. I feel like my body is coming back to where it needs to be. Obviously, got one workout in, but it felt pretty decent, especially after getting traded. I just wanted to get out there as soon as possible, so it was like stinging me a little bit, but it was okay today. I still feel a little bit heavy. Shots are not in good rhythm yet, missing free throws and all that, but we're going to build from this game. I think we'll be looking better and better each game. Well, he missed one in between. Great. Just some health stuff a little bit, and I believe I will be healthy now. That's what I really feel. Not to sell anything because obviously I've been in and out again, but this time I really feel that this is it and finally getting out there healthy. Give me a break, man. I mean, what are we doing? Like, I can't wait to hear these same words in a month when, he's missed the last 5 games of the season. But, hey, he's going to play in the play-in. Can't wait for that. This whole season has been a massive disappointment. You can call it a disaster. You can call it whatever you want. But the front office has terribly mismanaged its resources. They have failed to put talent around Steph. And then you couple in Jimmy Butler's knees exploding, and you get where we are at this point. Regardless, they're probably going to have Steph come back. Kristaps is going to keep playing as long as he's healthy. If you want the Warriors to be healthy for a playoff run, manifest it for me. Go down below and hit the thumbs up icon. Like today's video if you want the Warriors to be as healthy as possible for whatever playoff run they think they're going to accomplish here. All right, so before we move on, got to talk about a certain player that did make his return for Golden State here. Seth Curry returned for the Dubs over the weekend, and he played against the Jazz. Had 13 points, 4 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from deep. Does what we know Seth Curry can do. Shoot the lights out when he's open, move off the screens very well. Not going to defend a tree or anything like that, but he's still serviceable in that regard. It's good to see him back after missing an extended time with glute injuries. It was very weird what was going on with Seth Curry there, but good to see him back in the rotation here. Another step to the Warriors getting fully healthy as they can this season. Next up, we got an NBA insider saying the Warriors could be making a massive move this offseason. Like I'm telling you, big time move if you looked at today's video's thumbnail. We'll talk about it in just a moment. First, though, I got to tell you guys about our sponsor, as this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Shoot your shot on Prize Picks and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. That's right. Prize Picks is now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, every dime, and every board that much more exciting. So don't miss this chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks over at Prize Picks. All you guys got to do is pick a lineup of 2 to 6 players and just pick more or less on their projected stats, and you can win up to 2,000 times your money in one single lineup, whether it's basketball, hockey, baseball is coming around the corner. You can mix and match all these different sports and stat types. Prize Picks is the best because they offer the best features, like early payouts. So if your lineup gets off to a hot start, you can cash out those winnings before the games even finish. They also have injury reboots as well, where if your player gets hurt in the first half and does not return, they'll just take that square out of your lineup, no questions asked. Prize Picks is the best, super aesthetically pleasing, takes less than 60 seconds to create a lineup, so take advantage of it and download Prize Picks today and use the code CLNS, like you see in the bottom right of your screen there, to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. You know what just can't happen if you're the Golden State Warriors this offseason? Not adding anything. Running back the same team. I remember when they made the trade for Porzingis and we were looking ahead at GSW, CBA, and he had this whole cap sheet for 2026. They were basically bringing back the same exact effing roster. If that happens, he should request a trade immediately. I'm sorry. I don't care. He is 38 years old. And I'm telling you right now, he's still got good basketball left. He was playing at a top 5 level in this league for a good stretch of the season. And you're telling me that you're not going to provide him with anything. It's just going to be Jimmy Butler coming off a torn ACL, Draymond and a $27 million player option, and pods. That's what this team is going to do for 2026, 2027. Count me out if I'm Steph Curry. They need to add a star if they're serious for chasing that 5th title with Steph. How they're going to do that, I'm not so sure. But according to Marc J. apparently Steph thinks that a player is coming this offseason. He thinks he's going to land a big fish. He said, I think he knows. I think Steph knows. This is what Marc J. is saying. He's speaking for Wardell here, saying, I think he knows whether it's a Giannis, whether it's a LeBron James, there's going to be somebody next summer that's going to join him, join Jimmy, join Draymond, assuming he's still there too. Oh, shit. Here we go again. Like, I'm tired of this, man. I'm tired of it. I don't want to, look, there aren't a lot of Warriors rumors and news and stuff going around right now, so we do have to talk about this quote. But, man, I'm tired of it. These reports, these I'm told, these I think he knows that one of these guys is pulling up to Golden State. No, they're not. What are we talking about? Like, it makes no sense. You think LeBron, a guy who's never taken a pay cut in history, is going to go play for Golden State for the minimum or the mid-level? Doubt it. You think Giannis is going to want to get traded to Golden State knowing that the Steph's on his last legs? Is Steve Curry even coming back next season? Like, I don't even know what's going on there. So I don't get it. Like, it makes no sense. Like, at the end of the day, too, with LeBron, like, how much is of a net positive is LeBron these days, right? He's only a plus 1.3 net rating on the court. The Lakers are only plus 1.3 points better per 100 possessions with LeBron on the basketball court. He's not making that same level of floor-raising impact that he has throughout his 20-plus year career at this point. And, look, this is kind of a cherry-picked stat, but think about this. The Lakers are 4-12. The Lakers are a bad team. I mean, Luka and LeBron just do not fit whatsoever. Austin Reeves having a great season. Good for him. But the Lakers this year are not playing well against top competition. They are 4-12 versus teams with a 60% win percentage or higher. And 4 of those wins, all 4, LeBron hasn't played. It could be coincidence. It could not be. But I'm telling you right now, we all said for years that LeBron would never get caught up by Father Time. It does look like Father Time has caught up with LeBron this past season. I'm not going to lie. He looks slower. He looks a little more disengaged than ever. And I'm not so sure that I want that pairing up in Golden State. I'm not so sure how effective it would be. Maybe it would work out. Maybe it's worth taking a swing for Golden State. But is LeBron going to sign for the mid-level or the minimum? I don't think so. So now let's talk about Giannis. Why not? Come on, guys. If a deal was going to get done, it would have been done already. We would have seen it happen at the trade deadline when they were as close as they've ever been to trading for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and nothing happened. We know he doesn't want to stay in Milwaukee. He sends all these vague mixed messages out there to Shams and whoever. Giannis is going to find a new home this summer. I don't think it'll be with the Golden State Warriors. Want to know why? Because what does Milwaukee want here? What is Golden State willing to give up here? They already said they aren't trading Jimmy Butler. They already have come out and said they're not trading Draymond Green because, again, who would want Draymond Green? Kristaps Porzingis, I'm not so sure how that works in terms of a sign and trade because he makes $30 million right now. I'm curious to see if that $30 million would be effective. I think it's only whatever he ends up signing for that Golden State can kind of move off of or has to match in the deal. So I doubt it's much for Kristaps Porzingis there. I don't even know why I'm calling him a trade asset at this point. I'm doing it because the Warriors don't really have any, and I had to put somebody on the list. Moses Moody makes $12.5 million next year, and then Brandon Podziemski makes almost $6 million. They have 4 tradable unprotected firsts. They can swap 3 first-round picks there after that, but come on, man. Why would the Bucks want any of that? The Knicks can offer a better player package. The Timberwolves can offer a better player package. Who knows if the Spurs fall short and they think they're that piece away, they could go out there and offer a much better package. What if OKC falls short this year? God forbid they want to add Giannis. I don't know if they would, but they have the assets to do it way more than Golden State does. What if Detroit falls short? I think Detroit is a dark horse name to sign Giannis Antetokounmpo or to trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo this summer. They need another star up there. Golden State is at the bottom of the list in terms of assets that Milwaukee would want. I think it's a little bit different in the summer than it would have been in February. I think Golden State was near the top of the list in February because teams didn't have all this access to future first-round picks. Once the summer comes around, I think the 2033 pick will be available for these teams to trade off. So Milwaukee's going to have that 4 first-round pick, 3 first-round pick package from anybody that goes into a Giannis sweepstakes here. Golden State's shit out of luck, in my opinion. And even if the picks were the highlight that Milwaukee wanted, how good would those picks even be? For the next 3-4 years, you're going to have Steph and Giannis. How good are those picks even going to be if you're Milwaukee looking for Golden State to land in the lottery somewhere? They won't. Giannis and Steph, you think they're not making the playoffs? So those picks aren't even going to be good. Golden State has no package whatsoever to trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And at the end of the day, feels like this Golden State Warriors era is coming to an end. Whether it's this year or the lame duck season next year where they just run it all back and try to get a top 6 seed. Woo! It's over. Steve Kerr's contract's up. We'll see what he does at the end of the year. Draymond has got a player option that God, please hope he declines. They can work something out that's cheaper there. And Steph, I just feel sorry for, but you guys know that by now. What do you guys think? Will the Warriors get LeBron and Giannis this summer? Entertain me in the comments section. Let me know. Y for yes, N for no. Will the Golden State Warriors acquire one of these major fish that could be on the move this offseason? I want to know. That will do it for today's show. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, youtube.com/WarriorsTV for the latest and greatest on your Dubs all season long. We'll see you guys next time. And as always, let's go Dubs.